Good morning, evening, and afternoon, and welcome to part 86 of Aokana, no Kanata no fōリズム. I am quite excited to get back into this. It has been about maybe 7.5 months since my last episode. I did briefly go through the last episode just to kind of catch up where we last were, but I think the break, well not break, but the hiatus I had, which has kind of left some blanks in my memory regarding this route, Mashiro's route. As well as some names I might forget now and then, but I can easily go back and take a look here if I wanted to just catch up on that. So last time we had the start of the other school's name. I just heard it and I had already forgotten it, unfortunately. Kurafiji? Unfortunately I have to hear it again to get back into it. So yeah, we had the training camp with our school and we had our first match, which was between Rika and Mashiro. But before it had even started, there was an interruption for Masia's side. Masia had to go to the front entrance of the school to meet up with another person who said that they were from Hamura. Again, can't remember unfortunately, but anyway, from the main school. So he had to go and see who it was. We theorized it might have been Misaki or Hosaka, but that ended up being not the case. It ended up being Arika, Mashiro's friend. So Arika came here because she was worried that Mashiro might be pushing herself too much and that she just wanted to see if everything was alright. She had confided or said to Masia that apparently Mashiro had a crush on somebody, and she had theorized that it was probably from somebody from the Flying Circus Club. But that being the case, that it was only two people from the club, which is Shion and Masia. Arika says it couldn't be Masia because Misaki and Masia are in a rivalry with each other, so she said that couldn't be it. But obviously we know it can't be Shion either, so it's a bit of a stalemate in that decision right there. But anyway, Arika just wanted to let us know that she wanted us to keep an eye on her, make sure everything's right, and then she had left. By the time we got back to the match, it had already ended. We did get a glimpse of the match without Masia, and she had done pretty well against Rika. But by the time we got back to the fight with Masia, we had found out that the match had ended. Mashiro had shown a V sign with her fingers and showed that, all excited, like she had won the match and went like that. She felt like, oh, everything's great, everything's fine. But after talking to I can't remember her name now. Asuka. Just had it just now. Talking with Asuka and Madoka, we realized that it wasn't actually as it had happened. It, in fact, was a loss for Mashiro. So Asuka said that she would take revenge for Mashiro and win on her side. But now it looks like Masia wants to go to where she is now, but he can't. Because, as mentioned there, he has his own things to do. He is the coach of the Flying Circus Club. So he has to stay and help the other club members. And that hurts him tremendously, it seems. So let's start this episode. I'm not sure how long it'll be today, since it's just the first one back from a long time, I guess you could say. But yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing Mashiro's route, and then I think the next one I had planned was Misaki's route. Because I think I had Asuka's as my last route. I have to just double check with that again in the future. But yeah, let's go back into it. The frustration hits me like a tidal wave. I have to desperately hold back the urge to slam my fist into the sand as hard as I can. So instead, I clench it until the skin on them turns white. Madoka, can you go check on Mashiro for me?
だってトイレって言ってたよ。今は一人にさせておいてあげた方がさ。
I just want you to check if she's there or not, that's all.
そっか、わかった。行ってくるね。
I think she says, I see then. I got it. I'll do that then. I kind of miss doing the slight translation changes in my personal opinion, I should say. I can tell Asuka's worried about me. I bet my emotions are written all over my face. I'm guessing he slapped his son's cheeks. Yep. I slapped both my hands against my face with vigor. After clearing my mind with that, I throw up a fearless smile. Let's do this, Asuka. Satoin-san's going to be tough, but we'll give it to her.
Masaya-san. はい、絶対に勝ちます。それでは、2試合目を始めますわよ。
Satoin-san's announcement that the match is beginning follows Asuka's spirited shout.
しかし、Satoin-sanにあれだけの大差をつけるとはね。
Interesting. Okay. From what I can tell, I think obviously our first route was Rika, and we had focused on Rika. And it was during that route that Asuka had become injured, so she wasn't able to fully practice or get better, I guess you could say. So with this route, we realized that Asuka is improving drastically, and she has already gotten a big lead over Satoin. Interesting. But yeah, interesting that it was a big gap. We didn't get to see the match, unfortunately. But obviously it's not the main route, so it's understandable.
いえいえ、まぐれですよ、まぐれ。というより、あの試合に関しては、私というよりも。
Sorry, let me hear that again?
いえいえ、まぐれですよ、まぐれ。というより、あの試合に関しては、私というよりも。
It almost sounds like she's saying, rather than talking about my match, or rather than my match, she's trying to lead on to say something about the other matches, but I might be mistaken on that side. But yeah.
確かに。
The practice session has now concluded, and we're all back at the clubhouse to briefly go over what happened.
もしも今日の MVP を決めるとしたら、間違いなく日向雅也の名前が燦然と輝くね。
Interesting. Oh, we don't need any MVP. The second match surprised all of us. Asuka beat Satoin-san with a much larger lead than her difference in skill would suggest. I think Satoin-san fell right into my trap. The reason I say I think is because I only have a vague recollection of the match. I thought I was focusing, but all throughout there was something else I couldn't get my mind off of.
過去最高の作に次ぐ作。あの試合は間違いなく日向雅也ベストゲームになるね。
And it makes it even harsher for him because if they're praising him this much, if he had done Mashiro's match, it would have been a 180. I'll make sure to top it the next match I second.
頼もしいです、マセヤさん。頼もしいです、マセヤさん。
You're so... 楽しみ. Sorry, hold on 1 second.
頼もしいです、マセヤさん。
I feel like that is saying, confident? No. Yeah, well, I guess she says, yeah, you're so confident, but I don't get to love it.
頼もしいです、マサヤさん。
Yeah, no, I don't. There's nothing about that here. They just don't want to add something else here. I just meant that in the sense that getting complacent is the worst thing you can do. Right, I forgot to mention the thing that I couldn't take my mind off during her match. Or should I say, the person.
アスカ先輩のモーションもすっごく勉強になりました。私もいつかあんな風に飛びたいです。
But again, still feel like she's putting her brave face on.
そんなことないです。ましろちゃんならもう私より上手いです。アスカ先輩、それ今日の私の試合結果を知ってての意地悪ですか？そんな冗談ですよ。というか必死に否定される方がリアルにしょぼん。無限ループじゃありませんかこれ。
From what Madoka told me, Mashiro did go to the bathroom, and apparently she seemed to be feeling fine, despite the loss. When Mashiro heard about everything, she laughed and told me I was worrying too much. I wonder how she felt then, knowing that Masaya was worrying about her a lot. I know you're not fine, Mashiro. Why the long sigh, Madoka?
結果が出るってわかりやすくていいな。私もさ、たまには誰かに褒められたいな。チラ。
So what she was saying here in the Japanese was more like, which I translate.
結果が出るってわかりやすくていいな。私もさ、たまには誰かに
I sometimes would like to get some praise by a certain someone, sometimes. And then the chira is like turning your eyes onto somebody or like looking at them. It's not like G, which is like a intense stare, but this is more like you shift your eyes to the person, which means like you meaning that person. You have a real talent for Walla? Like, wait, what is the sentence? A lot of kanji I can't remember. Gaia. What is Gaia? Huh. Because I don't recall anything sounding anything about like something like Walla. Just did a quick check to see what was Gaia or Walla, because I'm not even sure Walla is even in English. So Walla is like a sound effect imitating the murmur of a crowd in the background. I've never heard that myself, honestly. But when I looked at Gaia in the dictionary, it was more like, yeah, background chatter on a film. But I guess because you can't really say you have real talent for background chatter. I guess you could, but I guess if people know what Walla is, then sure, but... Okay. This sentence is so confusing for me. I'm just gonna go look at what the second part of the sentence is as well. Okay, yeah, this sentence was just a nightmare, honestly. There was nothing about Jesus Christ. I don't know what that was about. The Walla is just background noise, like background chatter. So you have a real talent for being. I wonder if this is kind of saying a background character, like you're good at just being background noise. But anyway, here with the pre and post Madoka errors, I don't know where that's coming from as well, because the Genzai, I think this is here. No. It was Kigen, sorry, Kigen. Kigen mai Kigen go mitaku, which is pre-era and post-era, like BC and obviously after BC, like CE, I think it was, I can't remember. But anyway, 80, sorry, it's 80. It's BC and 80. So yeah, this whole Zen's was a nightmare. Yeah, okay, anyway. Let's go back.
すごく持ち上げてもらってるのに全然嬉しくない。
Okay, we're done, yeah. Be careful on your way home. As teachers always say, a school trip isn't over until you get back safely.
やっぱりいつもみたいにフォローがない。
She's saying like, just as always, you don't follow my jokes, or you don't follow on. Because she was making a whole joke about it and like that, but Masuya just ignored her. See you on Monday.
スカちゃん、飲みに行こう。何をですか？飲まなきゃやってられない時もあるのよ。どうしたらそんなメインヒロインっぽくなれるの？
And good luck with that.
それではお先に失礼します。
She takes that moment to slip away.
まさやさんはどうされます？
I'm heading out too. Come, Maruka, for me, okay?
人を自爆霊みたいに。
So, Jibakure, I think.
人を自爆霊みたいに。
Can't get the right saying for it, but anyway, I'm pretty sure it's more like ghost or monster, or like, no, spirit, I think, like saying that. You're treating me like some spirit, like treat her, or like... What did Masuya say in his side? Boku mo iku yo. Maruka no... I'm not too sure about that kanji and that verb. Ah well. But yeah, it should be fun. Here's something cool you might want to know, Maruka. Among the girls I know, you're the one I think is most likely to remain single by 30. Wow. I don't know if that's the same thing. Because yeah, it's saying something about in terms of ranking number 1 among the woman ranking number 1. That's 30. Sanju Sai. I know that I recognize the kanji, but I'm guessing from the context. Mae ni natte mo. I can't recognize the kanji ni ikute naso na ona ranking. Oh well, it should be fine.
何そのいらない情報。
What is that type of useless information, or what is that? Well, I'm off.
まどかちゃんはお引き受けします。ですから、まさやさんもお願いしますね。
Yeah, she's saying, I'll take care of Maruka, so I'll leave the rest to you, Masaya. Or
まどかちゃんはお引き受けします。ですから、まさやさんもお願いしますね。
I think maybe she's like saying, therefore I'm asking the same of you. I'm asking you as well to take care. Or obviously she's saying she's meaning Mashiro.
何の話？
See, because if it was in English, make sure she's okay. Wait, maybe Madoka would still be a bit confused. I just thought maybe the English is a bit more easier to notice, but the Japanese is a lot more nuanced, a lot more hidden. Yeah, oh well. I guess she's figured out what I'm going to do. Mashiro. Doesn't have to hold it, I don't have to hold it in anymore, do I? So I'm guessing it was for this then. So there was a promise she had made with Masiya so that she would ask, I can't remember the exact wording, but that she would ask him something in return for her winning. Something along those lines. And I had thought that there was either two ways this was. It was either for the practice tournament, or it was for the tournament itself, the autumn tournament. I thought maybe it was for the autumn tournament because that's the real match, while the training camp thing was just a practice match. Let me hear that again. If I'd known this was gonna happen, I should have been nicer to him. What? I'd only hoped I was able to get to on better terms with him a lot sooner, or I guess you could say I was nice to him earlier. Then there could have been more to it, or there could have been more meaning to it. She's saying about how my head's filled with things, remembering all the previous parts in the past between her and Masaya. Why now? Why now do all these moments with Masaya come flowing to my mind right now? I don't know why, but this, like, the translation has been bad. I don't mind that. It's just, it feels slightly off on quite a lot of these sentences. It's not off a lot, but it feels. I'll try and do a little bit less. Yada is more like I don't like it, or I don't want it, or no. It's hard to translate that, but when I read please help me senpai, I thought Tasukete senpai. I was thinking she was going to say something like that, but it's not the same. Both in the meaning and the way the feelings come across. Because with in the Japanese, it's more like just denial, or not denial, but she just doesn't want how everything feels right now. She hates it right now. No. Ikiteru ka? Are you alive? Are you dead? It's like so funny that it's how two different things. Like when I read this, I thought maybe he was saying shinderu ka, which is are you dead? Ikiteru ka is more like are you alive? そうなの。I'm having a hard time translating that for some reason. そうなの, that's right, I think. そうなの, more. That's right. This I might as well be with the are you dead parts is a lot more negative than what the Japanese is portraying. After she hears my voice, Mashiro looks up at me, teary-eyed and confused. It's the face of someone who's just seen a ghost. She wipes off her face quickly. Oh boy. Mataku koitsu wa. This is hard to translate as well. Mataku koitsu wa. Koitsu is like this person, or the way I would translate it was like, geez, this person. It's more like, what will I ever do with you? Like it's like a playful thing. Like he knows that she's vulnerable right now, but she's always trying to put in a brave face in front of him. So that's why where this Mataku koitsu comes from. He realized that she wants to try and correct herself, try and put on a brave face again. But he realized that what am I going to do with you, type of thing. Whereas the English, oh boy, it's like, oh boy, it's more like, I don't know, I don't like that. Do you remember that time I was feeling down and you came to cheer me up? That's why I'm here, Mashiro. I was watching you closely, so I could tell something was up. I'm trying to talk big, but truthfully, I searched all over for her. It's more like looking than paying attention, but I guess you can say the same. She looks at me imploringly. Why, you ask? That's simple. I hope it's not. Guess it was. The reason why I'm a bit conflicted by this is mainly because just last episode when I was looking over it again, he still wasn't 100% sure on certain things of how he feels with Mashiro. Like, I recall correctly, it was something about how I can't remember exactly what it was again, but it just didn't seem like he had any feelings for her just yet. He had it subconsciously, but he himself didn't realize it. But I mean, again, it has been some time, so I might have forgotten some things in the past, but it really doesn't feel like it should be clicked just yet. Maybe this moment here would have helped, but he made it sound like it was simple, like it was like something that it always was. There's been feeling for a while, but I wouldn't say that. If I was gonna say this part was more, it would be more like, wait, maybe it's a translation thing. No, it's the same thing actually. So what I was thinking of was maybe he'd come to like, he would click in his mind like, oh, that's how I feel, or it's how I felt all along. It's like, I want something that clicks in his mind, something that's, it's not just something simple, like something that was, and it's just a little thing that's I don't like. I don't like where there's no development. Obviously there has been, but it's not. We're the main character, and yet I don't know his inner feelings or his inner monologues, his inner workings. And it feels weird when it just happens when we as the readers, we as the main characters itself, don't even know. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But yeah. I love Mashiro. So this is another little thing. I saw on Twitter the other day as well about a translation thing on a dub. And there was a difference between ski and how they translated ski, which is this here. Oops, I went a bit too far ahead. Mashiro ga ski dakara da yo. It is because I ski Mashiro. So to me, I think it's mainly because of how I view the English as well. I would say there are two types of love or like. Or I should say in English there's like or love. And if I were to translate those, it does become a bit difficult because there's ski, there's daisuki, and there's aishiteru. Aishiteru is a heavy love, like you love each other. It's the deepest, I guess you should say. Daisuki is a lot. Dai meaning large or a lot. And then there's just normal ski. The way I would translate these things is ski meaning like. I like Mashiro. Then there's daisuki, which I would say is love. Or like a lot. It's difficult with that part. And then aishiteru is love. So when I see here ski, especially with first like a crush type thing, like crush, loved, like liking type thing, I would say rather than love, I would say like. But again, that's the problem with translations, is it can be difficult. So yeah, I would have rather had said I like Mashiro rather than love. Because love is a bit too strong of a word, especially since he himself should still be not 100% sure of his feelings, in my own opinion. This is the first time I've admitted to those feelings, but that answer comes naturally. See, as well, he's still not too sure himself yet, but it comes naturally, sure that I can go well. When you see the girl you love crying, you want to comfort her. Following the match, she disappeared for a bit and came back. I could see that she'd been crying. I hoped that none of the others would notice. Asuka apparently did, but she left everything to me. As creepy and selfish as it sounds, I want to be the one to comfort her and wipe away those tears. Comfort is a strong word, but more... Sometimes I recall a lot of kanji that I don't know. I've been lacking on my learning. I hate myself for having that thought, but I can't bring myself to relinquish the role to Asuka or Madoka, or even Misaki, even though I know that's who Mashiro would want. I don't know when exactly I started thinking about her this way. I have no experience with relationships or crushes. See, again, this kind of... He doesn't know when it started. Like, that was more the subconscious that I agree with. This whole thing, I'm sure. Maybe it was just the order of it happening that I don't like. I don't know. But there's no mistaking these feelings I have now. How I would want to hold her tight, to tell her everything's going to be right. So, yeah, this would be better here. If this was first, and then you would think... It was more like it's because of these feelings that, I like her. That's why. So a way I would have had it would be more, he doesn't know what he's feeling, but what he wants to do is all this. And then it clicks to his mind, I do in fact like her. It's that's the type of progression I would have in the story. Because I love you, Mashiro. I know that my feelings for her are something special. Yeah, it's understandable why she would be confused, because he had shown no inkling of anything toward her since now. I mean, there's obviously been a bit of a tension, but there's been no hints about it. I love you, Mashiro. With a clear, audible tone, I profess my true feelings to her. This isn't something I should be doing considering my job as a team's coach, but I can't hold these feelings in any longer. Again, he's making it sound like he's had these feelings for a long time, and then he's holding it in, but he's only just realized it. It's a bit chaotic, the writing. Again, it might just be translation as well, I'm not too sure. Have you calmed down some now? I mean, would she be? After hearing that? Ah. Sorry, hold on a second. So it's hard to hear because it's quite a lot lower the volume. Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't hear this part. Nanda. Uso dattan desu ka? Uso is a lie. So it was just a lie. Why my mouse is irritating me lately. It scrolls down when I want to scroll up. So you really didn't. So you didn't really mean it. So this isn't right. It would be better to say, so it was a lie then. So she thinks it's a lie because Marcy just wants to calm her down. But in fact, I meant every word. So then again, it's gonna be a translation issue here again. I feel like. No. Dokomade mo honki da yo. So he's serious about it all. I'm not sure what that kanji is. But he's saying he's serious about it all. not meant. Every single word is connected to the English one here. Sorry for breaking our promise. You did great on your own, but it was my job to be there with you. I know you lost, but please don't give up. I want you to keep working so we can eventually get you that win. Of course, I'll be with you every step of the way as your coach. I feel like she said something about broken. Has... Yeah, maybe something wrong with you. Yeah, okay. Why? That's quite the accusation.
周りに綺麗な子や可愛い子、友達みたいに気の置ける子がいるのに、誰がわざわざ4番目を選びますか?
Interesting question, and we'll see more of this later. I don't know. I've had a bit of pauses here and there to look things up, so I don't know what the time is currently, but we'll just have it here. It's an interesting part to get back into the story, especially since we're going straight back into the confession start. I do miss going over the translations and seeing how I would go over it. It is something I do quite enjoy, but again, as mentioned before, it's all my own view of it, so it can be wrong on its own, and the translation that they provide might actually be the correct one. But yeah. But in terms of the writing, it's alright. I just think the order should have been different. Again, just personal opinion on that. But yeah, I wonder how this is gonna go now. I honestly didn't expect this so soon. Again, because I thought we would get a bit more here and there to try and get Masia to see Mashiro that way. I mean, there was a bit of a hint here and there, a bit more of a attention towards her, wondering why am I focusing too much on her, or like he was doing it subconsciously, and then all of a sudden, here we are. Anyway, yeah, it's good to be back to see the story. I'm still not too sure on my schedule on how I'm going to go about it, especially since it is getting to the holidays now. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. I might post something again, another update video about something, but I'll see if I'll do it or not. Depends. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed it. Please let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you all next time.